Hey guys, what's going on? This is NGS. Welcome back to another video. Another year, another Black Friday, or as it's been coined, Black Thursday has come and gone. And of course, you know your friendly neighborhood Neo Game Spark. Can I say that? I think that's copyrighted. Fuck, don't sue me, Marvel. Your friendly neighborhood still copyrighted. Your good old buddy Neo. Now that just sounds lame. NGS is back again with a whole bunch of awesome, shiny new pickups. Now, I'm no stranger to when it comes to finding great deals on all things awesome. And there is one time of the year that I pretty much have a love-hate relationship, and that is Black Friday. Now, I'm no stranger to criticism to Black Friday. If you go back a couple of years, you may see a video that I've done talking about Black Friday and why it's not worth it. And to sum it up in a couple of seconds, it just amazes me how a very, very large minority of the human race who participate in Black Friday will, not even 6 hours prior, giving thanks for the things that they don't have, fight each other over materialistic items they said they could be without. I just think that's crazy. I mean, really now? Really? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that everybody who shops on Black Friday is just a savage and you're all dead to me, but no, I'm not going to do that because that is a very ignorant blanket statement. However, it just seems to me that the minority of people who do get into fistfights over these things on Black Friday just seems to be escalating more and more every single year. It's just wow. But if you want, just go check out that video. I think that's the one video I've really gotten extremely pissed off simply because this shit shouldn't happen, but it always does because, hey, people. That's it, people. So let's go over some of the pickups that I did get. I wasn't really expecting to go Black Friday shopping this year. And by going to Black Friday shopping, by that I just mean sitting at home and ordering stuff from the comfort of my tablet. Because I don't know if these people who will fight each other over, you know, the stuff that you can get at any other time of year know, but you can buy this stuff online. 98% of the deals that you see in the store, you can get online and sit at home and spend time with your family and not go out and get trampled. Wow. All it takes is a couple of brain cells to do this. I don't know why people don't understand that. Having the brain cells or seeing that you buy it online, I don't know, take your pick on why you don't think people understand that. But yeah, this year in particular, I really didn't expect to buy much, but yeah. No, that's a problem when you have Amazon, Best Buy, Newegg all bookmarked on your Chrome browser. That's a big problem because they always do tempt you, and I did manage to snag up some things. So let's go over the Blu-rays. So first on the agenda, what I did get is Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim was a movie that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Ever since I learned about the people that were involved in this and what it was going to be, I was excited. This movie in and of itself is a love letter to anybody that loves giant monster films like Godzilla, anyone who loves giant robots, anything like that. You are going to get a kick out of Pacific Rim. I loved every single thing about this movie. There was really nothing I could complain about because it's exactly what I expected out of it. I mean, if you see the trailers for the movies, you know what you're getting. Unlike so many other blockbusters out there, this film's not trying to be deceiving at all. It's just telling you, like, hey, this is what you're gonna get. So if you don't like what you see in the trailer, you're probably not gonna like what you see in the movie. And yet there was a pretty good amount of people who disliked Pacific Rim because they thought that it was gonna be a really, really deep movie. And I sit here, I scratch my head and question, I'm like, guys, it's giant robots versus giant monsters. What are you expecting here? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you hear the stuff that Guillermo del Toro, who's the director of this movie, also one of my more favorite directors out there, it is what it is. Like, it just is what it is. It's not like, oh, you're excited for a movie because you think it's gonna be deep. It comes out and you're like, yeah, it's okay, it is what it is. No, this movie is exactly what you saw in the trailers. I say if you do like any of those giant robot anime series, do definitely check this out. It's got everything right in it, but I think some people who, let's say if you've seen something like Evangelion, you may be disappointed because it's not that deep, but then again, how deep is Shinji masturbating to a Asuka in a coma? How deep is that? I don't know! And right now, somewhere, Brandon Evans is on the floor dying. Brandon Evans, record a response to this video, put it on Facebook. I want to see you dying. I do. I want to see that laughter, man. It's hilarious. But yeah, Pacific Rim. Awesome. Can't wait to check this out on the big screen. Now, the next film is something that I've gone through a lot of phases from this movie's announcement to its final debut. And if you follow me on Twitter, that's really where you can get my up-to-date thoughts on whatever it is someone asks me. This movie, I've been so mixed about it, and when I finally saw it in theaters, I was just like, meh, it's alright. And that is, of course, Star Trek Into Darkness. Now, like I said, when it came to the original Star Trek movie, I was really mixed about it. You know, I like the movie for what it is. I think it's good. But then again, the side of me on the inside who watched classic Star Trek and all of that stuff was kind of disappointed. And it was interesting because I'm not like one of those people who grew up with Star Trek. I watched it when I was a kid, and then I saw the movie and I'm like, oh, this isn't Star Trek at all. No, I actually got into Star Trek after watching the movie. And then after that, I was just wondering, like, yeah, what happened? Because if you do see the other Star Trek series and then you watch this, you're kind of thinking, this isn't really that deep. And by this, I was speaking of Star Trek 2009. All in all, it was a good summer blockbuster. I mean, I loved the actors in it. I think that everyone who played the main people of the Enterprise, I thought they were all great. But there were some things holding it back, like, I mean, shoehorning Leonard Nimoy, Spock in there was kind of unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. It just didn't make sense, all of it. I mean, if you actually think it doesn't make sense, I know some people say, well, it's a sci-fi movie, so it's not supposed to make sense, give it some leeway. There's an extent, yes, in the world of science fiction in general you can give, but some of the things in Star Trek 09 didn't make sense. And the villain himself was really, really, really weak. Extremely weak. Nero was just, no. No. Nonetheless, that was a decent movie, but this one, I really wasn't looking forward to it. I saw it, I was like, it's okay. I watched it again, and I'm like, it's better the second time around. I don't know what it is about this movie. It's just so weird for me. I mean, I can't hate it because there really aren't too many things in this that I can't hate. I mean, the acting was good. The characters were great. The story in and of itself, to some, may not seem deep, especially being a sequel, but I think it works for this movie for some reason. I don't know what it was about it. It just, there's really not much I can hate in this. I guess you could say that as a Star Trek fan, you may be disappointed because there's really no giant sense of exploration that you were promised in the sequel, but I don't know. It was just good. It was good. I don't know. My thoughts and opinions on Star Trek Into Darkness will probably change at some point, but I liked it. I mean, it just felt alright. Like, it felt like I went into this and I'm like, okay, that was good. I mean, it didn't do anything groundbreaking, like, you know how when you have sequels, they're supposed to exceed and do better than their predecessor. It didn't do anything like that. But it was just good. It was. Benedict Cumberbatch is in this for those who, I don't know, like him. I don't know anyone who hasn't heard of Benedict Cumberbatch. He's everywhere now. I mean, he's Sherlock Holmes, he's in The Hobbit, he's that WikiLeaks guy in the Fifth Estate. I mean, he's in goddamn everything right now. So if you like him, I guess you'll like him in this movie. I wasn't particularly too fond of him being cast as Khan. Yes, spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, he is portraying Khan. And it's pretty weird because it's not because it's a new actor portraying a legacy character. I have no problem with that. As anybody knows, I'm no stranger to having new interpretations of the source material, so long as they're done right and it still has the spirit of it. You can have different scenarios and situations, and that's pretty much what I do prefer they do in comic movies. You know, so long as it has the spirit and the core of the character, whatever scenario that they're in, you know, so long as it's applicable, I'm totally A-okay with that. But in this one, it's just, he didn't feel like Khan at all. His acting was incredible, don't get me wrong. He was great, like his acting was great, but he just wasn't Khan, if you get what I'm saying. Like if you see the performance of Ricardo Montalban as Khan, and you see Benedict Cumberbatch, it's just weird. I don't know. If they had named this guy anything other than Khan, I would be perfectly happy with it, but it's the fact that he was Khan, it's just like, no. But yeah, Star Trek Into Darkness is it's a good movie nonetheless. Both of these I was able to snag up for $8, so that's awesome. 2 films that did come out this year for $8, and they both have awesome cases. And I'm actually glad that I did buy this at Best Buy because this goes together with the other Star Trek movie that I did buy. Wow, it's 4 years at this point. That had a special case, a different case than the standard one, but it does come with the standard Blu-ray case, if anyone was wondering. So yeah. Alright, and now the next one is something that I guess you could say I did not expect to get this at all. This was actually a Best Buy fuck-up. This is a movie that I have not seen, and considering the amount of mixed reviews that it had gotten, I had no intention of seeing it. But considering the fact that I got this thing for free, I'm like, hey, I ain't even gonna argue, you know what I'm saying? And that, of course, is Ridley Scott's Prometheus. Now, I'm not going to go into all the controversy of this movie, how it was billed as an Alien prequel, the unsaid Alien prequel, and you saw how disappointed people were. Like, the reception for this movie, it's you either like it or you hate it. There's no love in that equation. It's not like you love it, you hate it. No, it's either you like it or you hate it because you don't love this movie. This movie is not great. But, yeah, getting it for free is awesome. I just opened up the package, I saw it was in there. I'm like, wait, what? What's going on here? So yeah, awesome. I can add this movie to my collection. Don't know when I'll watch it though, but hey, I got it for free, so what have you. Now let's go on to the games that I picked up. Games. These were all for PlayStation 3, and all of these games were things that I needed to add, not needed to add to my collection, but wanted to add to my collection. Well, the exception of one of them. The first thing off the bat is something that I guess this one I did need to complete my my HD collection, and that is the Ratchet & Clank Trio. This comes with Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. All 3 games given the classic high definition upgrade, the classic treatment. And boy, I gotta say, out of all the HD remasters that I've seen, this is one of the best. All the games are running in 1080p, 60 frames per second, well, from what I've seen. And they just all look great, and this goes well deserved on the shelf with the other games that I have in the trio of Sony platformers, that being Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter, of course. And this was only $10 on, I think, most retailer outlets. So $10 for 3 amazing platformers on the PS2, given a high definition treatment that's actually worthwhile. You can't go wrong for that. Now, only if, you know, only if Insomniac will go back to making the style of Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, where they had a really in-depth multiplayer, then maybe I'd give some of the newer games a chance. But when you go and making stuff like Ratchet & Clank, fucking Tower Defense or whatever it's called, and Ratchet & Clank All for One, and Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, I'm like, nope. You better stay over there, Microsoft, if you know what's good for you. Because if you ever come out with a Ratchet & Clank game on PS4, I don't know if you will, and that thing does not have that competitive online multiplayer that I saw in Up Your Arsenal and Ratchet Deadlocked, there's going to be hell to pay. There's seriously going to be hell to pay. Seriously. Next up, we have the God of War Origins collection. Wow, this thing is a long time coming. I've been meaning to complete my God of War collection, I guess you'd say. And by collection, I'm just talking about having God of War 3 and the God of War 1 and 2 collection. And it was so difficult for me to actually find this at a decent price because, as you guys know, they did come out with the God of War Saga, which comes with all of the games, all 5 God of War games for PS3/PS2, with the exception of Ascension. They had that for $40, and that one would go on sale more frequently than this one. So when I would see the God of War Saga for $20 and I'd see this for $20, I couldn't bring myself to do that. But then again, I did want the physical copy of this because, like I said, I'm not really a person who likes downloading too many things on PS3 because I think PS3 internet is kind of wonky. But I am so glad to have gotten this. I only got it for $10 and now I have all of them. I have yet to play either of these games. I mean, I've played them at times with friends at their place and I've experienced it and I'm like, yeah, these are probably the best looking games available on the PSP. So it's going to be nice to see how good they are on the PlayStation 3, and depending on how much I like these, I may pick up Ascension because that has depreciated in price really quick. I saw it on sale for like 20 bucks during Black Friday, and that game came out back in like, what, March? So yeah, it's been a pretty good time, I guess, if God of War fans want to pick up God of War games, because these things go down in price so quickly. And now the next one is a blind buy. I don't really blind buy too many video games unless it's something that I had seen around and I had heard good things about it, but I just never really had the drive to get it. And that's Puppeteer. This recently came out. I think it was not even like 2 months, 2-3 months at the most. I don't remember when. But yeah, I'd seen gameplay of this and it looked interesting to me. But then I saw the price tag of $40, and yes, well, people may argue that, oh well, it's a $40 game, not a $6 game. Being able to snag this up, a relatively new game for 20 bucks, was more than enough for me. This is developed by, which studio? It really doesn't say on the back. Does it say on the front? No, it does not. I think this might be an in-house Sony game, so it's probably one of the Japanese studios or something. But yeah, it did look really interesting to me, the art style, so I'll give this thing a chance and report back to you guys when I do play it. Now on to the tech side of things. I really didn't mean to buy too much tech stuff during Black Friday because, well, when it comes to tech stuff, I really don't need any more toys, because this year in particular, I did pick up a new microphone, the Blue Yeti. I did buy a 3DS. I did buy a tablet. So I was like, you know what? I'm done spending money on tech stuff till I need to upgrade my computer for Witcher 3. I want to play the game on Ultra so bad, so that's why I'm upgrading my computer. But yeah, this in particular was something I heard a lot of people talking about over the past couple of months because of what it can do, and it was only 30 bucks, so I'm like, hey, why not? This is a Chromecast. What this basically is it's like a smart TV in a dongle. You are able to stream content from like Netflix, Hulu, Pandora, services like that on your TV without it being a smart TV. And for 30 bucks, that's a relatively good deal. All you need to have is a laptop, a computer, or a tablet or a smartphone as the remote for this, and then you can just go on your merry way. Now, I really haven't given too much extensive testing with the Chromecast outside of my initial setup, which was kind of laggy, I guess because I was using it in a place that's not really near the router and had a bad signal. But I am somewhat disappointed with some of the things that I can't do on this. Like, I was under the impression that you're able to stream stuff and you're using your tablet and your smartphone as a remote. Why can't you stream videos and such from your tablet or smartphone to this device and show it on the big screen? So when people come over and you're like, hey, let me show you this photo from our vacation in Maui or whatever, and then you just put it up on the screen. I'm like, why can't this thing do that? Like, it just seems like it has so much potential behind it. So much potential for streaming stuff from the tablet on the screen without having to plug it in via your tablet via HDMI, but they just don't want to do this. I really hope Google does get on the ball and do that. Maybe they have done that by the time I upload this video. But yeah, as of this point, the Chromecast is somewhat of a disappointment. I might do a review on this. Maybe I'll give Google till like mid-December before I do a review on the Chromecast, and if they don't upload that shit, I will get very disappointed. Very disappointed. So yeah, the Google Chromecast. Now the next item, I really don't think showing you the box will do much justice to it. So I guess, with the snap of the fingers, yeah, really corny, I know. So what you're looking at right now is footage of my brand new DSLR camera. This is a Canon Rebel T3i for those interested, for those who are junkies in photography. And the only reason that I did manage to pick this up on Black Friday was because of Twitter. On Twitter, usually what I would do if I'm interested in finding a price on something, I would type it in the search box, especially considering that it was Black Friday, things were trending. So I just typed in Black Friday deals, and one listing came up for a seller on eBay. And this seller in particular was a licensed seller, and they had a whole bunch of camera accessories that they were offloading. And one of them in particular was the Rebel T3i. So I was able to get the camera and the 18-55mm kit lens for only $400, which to me, I think that's an amazing deal considering that this camera in particular I've seen go for the potty alone, just the camera, not the lens, $500 to $600. Now that may be different if you are a more savvy shopper than I am when it comes to cameras, but I think that it is still an amazing deal considering that I have been meaning to upgrade to a brand new camera for some time, like a standard camera, not a web camera. and I just saw this there and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So I am still fooling around with the audio and the video settings, so you may see some changes in other videos that I do record, like the focusing may be out of whack on this one. Like you can adjust them from here. Maybe that's a little bit better, maybe that's a little bit worse, I don't know. But from the quality that I have seen off of the test videos I've done, it does look fantastic. So I'll definitely be fooling around with this. People who do have the DSLR, if you have any tips and tricks to get the best quality out of it, let me know in the comment section. If you want to send me to a great beginner's guide, a great person on YouTube who does that sort of thing, message me, private message me, what have you, because I want to get the most out of this camera, especially considering I dropped $400 on it. But I think it's a worthwhile investment, if that makes any sense, to give you guys the best quality possible at a reasonable price. Maybe I might get a new lens. I have been looking into one. I think it's the 1.8. It's around $100 something, and it gives you that better depth of field effect where everything is blurred out in the background. So again, photo junkies, if you do have any tips on them, let me know. I want to thank you guys for watching this video of all my Black Friday pickups. What did you pick up on Black Friday? Post it in the comments or do a video response. Wait a minute, you can't do video responses anymore. Oh well. I'm NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Spirit gun in 1080p HD.